I'm back. Okay, today, lab equipment. That's an important thing because we use a lot of it. All right, of course, a lot of key terms. And copy these in your journal because you're going to have to know them all. Okay, and we use them all, most of them. All right, these two things are called balances. And they're tools to measure mass or grams. We use grams as a unit of measure. Metric system, always in science, okay? So you have the two kind of balances. One is that double pen balance, that goes like that. And then we have these things called a triple beam balance. And it's like weights that go across, and it has 3 beams. So that's why they call it triple beam balance. You put your weight there, and then you balance there. But we'll use it, no more about it. Just know what those are. Okay, then over here is the graduate cylinder. And that's a tool to measure the volume of a substance. Okay? You're going to learn volume a lot in math also. That's a graduate cylinder. Measures volume. Okay? Then you have the good old thermometer. You've seen those. It's a tool that measures temperature. And we always use it Celsius. It's not what we're used to. Okay? But that's Celsius. Thermometer. Those things right there. Then your meter stick. Okay, it's a tool to measure the length or distance of something. Meter stick. And we use meters, millimeters, centimeters, that kind of stuff. And sometimes they call it a metric ruler. A lot of times teachers just say meter stick. Okay? Metric system. Those are some things. Write them down. Okay, here's some more. There's a lot of them. Okay. We use this thing right there, and sometimes you might have seen it in your grocery stores. They measure fruit and vegetables, and that's called a spring scale. And it's used to measure the weight. And then the unit of measure, we call those newtons, not pounds anymore. Okay, because that's regular standard. But ours is called newtons. And gravity pulls it down. Okay, spring scale. Then your stopwatch, you've used it in the gym, and it's a tool to measure times, and we use seconds. Okay? That's a unit of measure. Stopwatch, you've done those. Then this thing called a collecting net, those butterfly nets that you go out, Shangri-La, and that's a tool to collect insects and other little organisms. So we've used those at Shangri-La a lot, and it's to go out and collect little insects. Okay? It's called a collection net. Compass, that's to tell which way you're going, the direction. Okay? North, east, south, west. Compass. Sometimes in your car, you have a little compass in your car and it says it. All right? Then you got a hot plate, and that's a tool that heats up substances. And it's just like a little bitty stove, but we call them hot plates. Plug it in, little round thing, heats it up. Okay? You got those? All right, we got more. Aren't these drawings nice? They're by Katie Cornegie. All right. Then we have a hand lens. And those are tools that make objects appear larger. It's also called, a magnifier. But they always use that word hand lens because you use your hand and it's a lens. Okay? It looks like that. Then an eyedropper. It's a tool used to pick up very small amounts of liquid. Little bit of liquid. And sometimes they call it a pipette. Isn't that weird? It's just a little eyedropper thing. You squeeze it, suck it up. And we've used those at Shangri-La, and you will this year if you go to Shangri-La again. Okay, eyedropper. Then your good old microscope. Everybody's seen those. And that's a tool used to see objects very small to be seen with your eye alone. Okay? And a microscope. You look in it, microscope. Not a telescope. Telescope's just to see something far, far away. Microscope, small scope. Then you got these little test tubes, and those are little tools to hold small samples of testing. So if we pick up some little organisms and we want to put it in a test tube and then look at it through a hand lens, those are little bitty test tubes. And this blue thing is a test tube holder. Okay, but these little things are called test tubes. Okay? That's it. All right.